Imagination. Is there anything else you would like to share with the audience?
Who here wants to see a teaser trailer? Yeah! Okay, before we do this, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Stephen Colbert. Basic check. Awesome. Yodas. We're going to get out of your way, but mostly, thank you so much. Hope you enjoy.
We've passed on all we know. 1,000 generations live in you now. But this is your fight. Roll it again.
I couldn't really understand. That was Luke doing all the voiceover.
I'm feeling in my legs.
Okay, finally.
Back in there, we're out of the arena. King Tom, the Cruser, Catherine Kneen.
Very low.
How's it going, guys?
Good.
Now, we just found out that you haven't had breakfast yet.
No.
We've had breakfast. King Tom had breakfast. You're in the arena already. King Tom was first in the arena.
Okay.
I was early because they were sent out an email saying you can go there 2 hours earlier than expected, and the email went out overnight. So I got up.
I don't want sleep. I don't want to have a lie.
I got a little bit of sleep.
I just want to get there.
Exactly.
Yeah, of course, as that came up, and all of a sudden Turbo's like, well, maybe we should go earlier. Like, what does this mean? And then you start looking on social media going, people are in there. I'm like, yeah, we've got a spot. It doesn't matter how many people. We've got a section. Like, they'll put us in the bay.
But you could go wherever you wanted.
Yeah, well, we stuck. We're Australians. We play by the rules. We didn't want to cause any trouble. We're like, we'll just sit where we're told.
So you were allowed to go wherever you want once you're in there?
Well, it didn't look like anyone was like, okay, you sit there, you sit there.
It was anarchy.
I think maybe if you had the floor seats, they might have been checking, but there were some sections that were cleared off for people.
Yeah, but they didn't. No, they were just sort of check. They barely checked the code when we went in, and we just sort of sat down. And we're like, all right, we're here, and then it kind of filled up around, and there's still a few. I kept going. Get some people in, pull them off the street, let's fill those last little bits.
Yeah.
But,
They could have called me, I would have went.
Dude.
They have my number, I know they do.
I didn't even think of going, I should have just sent you the code and just say, walk up and you'll get in.
Yeah.
I didn't even fucking think about it, I'm sorry. Next
well,
time.
I mean, it's quite a trek to Windhurst, right? It'd been like,
but we got in for we went in an hour earlier, so you could have, you could just walked up and be like, and
I'm fucking in here now.
Yeah.
No, I broke into one of the spillover rooms, so that was fun.
Oh, you broke in? Like Tom Cruise?
I kicked the door in. I said, I'm watching this on a screen. And I sat down.
They went, okay, man.
Yeah.
He's here, the motivator.
They actually really didn't care at all.
No, I think
I just flashed my phone at him and went in.
As long as there was no anarchy.
Yeah.
And so, trailer, first impressions.
Awesome.
I don't know what's going on, and I am there for it.
Yeah.
Looks like a little gang adventure.
Yeah.
Like a little trip. Lando.
The crew's getting together.
Lando in the Donald Glover Lando outfit.
Yeah, that's and laughing while flying.
Do you think he gets into the closet and it's just been sitting in the closet? Like he found a box. He's like, I remember. I left that there ages ago. It still fits. It's a little tight. I'll just make a few adjustments.
That'd be my guess.
I got L3 won't recognize me if I'm not wearing my proper shirt.
Oh, you think he has a little chat with L3?
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Maybe.
Like he's gone, I turned her voice off. And then all of a sudden she comes in.
That would be hilarious.
Although he has been in there a few times since and hasn't mentioned it. It would be weird that he, now he's older. He's like, I remember the last 7 times I wasn't in there that I hadn't checked it out. But yeah, cool. Looks cool. And then Ian McDermott came out at the end and said, roll that baby
I feared
again.
for my life.
And it was all red in the background.
It was. I think Claus said it best, the Metallica lighting.
That's good.
He's just like, yeah.
Just the crowd going nuts and he just standing there loving it.
Now I've got your reaction recorded, I think, Catherine,
yeah,
but
I'm sure you have.
Catherine her legs nearly gave out from under her from excitement.
Yeah, I nearly ripped his arm off.
But it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. It was a bit of the Finn and Poe show. There's a bit of love going on there. They're playing that up. But they got to see Stephen Colbert. I never thought I'd see Stephen Colbert in the flesh. That was quite cool.
Yeah, my wife's gonna be very jealous. She's a big fan of his.
Yeah.
Who isn't? Some people.
Not cool people like us. Not cool people like us. All right. Well, I'm gonna get a nice little reaction. We'll get some more during the day, but. Where's all the Rise of the Skywalker Walker merch now? How do we get it?
You can't.
Yep.
You can't get nothing.
Wait till
all you gotta
Friday.
do is try and buy one of those.
You can get a fucking post. You're gonna get merch.
Somebody was saying that they were selling the boxes of McDonald's that we got given on the way in for $40 for the box.
Yeah, on eBay.
Yeah, we got like a little box of
you
McDonald's.
kidding me?
All it had in it was a bag of apples, which was great because I haven't eaten fruit in 3 days. Most people are like, apples. I'm like, fuck apples. I haven't eaten, and like a coupon for like a free burger.
So they didn't give you actual breakfast sandwiches?
No. Well, I guess it's too hard to keep them warm. They're probably all sitting in a truck overnight.
Here's apples.
Yeah. I was more than happy to have them. And then I ate
this is America. We
they're like, fuck your apples, this is America.
Meat and bread, cheese first, then fruit.
Right.
Fruit is considered healthy here.
Yeah, it is. Fruit is healthy. I considered fruit everywhere. All right, guys, we'll catch you later on.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so we're back at the house. Day 2 of celebration is done. I've got Catherine here with me. How you doing, Catherine?
Doing well. It's been a big day.
It's been a big day, so it's a bit of context. It's about midnight. Some of the rest of the household have gone down to party, and some of us, Catherine and I went to the Bad Motivators Echo Base, and we did a podcast with them, which was good fun. Or we all went out to dinner together. And then some people went down to the Congress Hotel to have some drinks, where we were the other night. And we're basically recharging for a very big day tomorrow, aren't we?
Yeah.
Which sounds lame because you'd be like, we've got a party for everything. But hey, we got to go record on the Bad Motivator, so that was pretty good.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, pretty sweet. Just for some context, I bought a jumper from Goodwill, which I'm very happy about. But it has a little Darth Vader on the front of it, and I accidentally pressed it in the middle of recording.
I didn't. Did you know that it did that when you bought it?
No.
Can you make it do it now?
Yep.
So Catherine was just sort of sitting at the chair, running her own business while they're recording the podcast, waiting for her turn to talk. And then all of a sudden, this Darth Vader, and we're looking around, going, "What is that? Is someone's phone gone off?" Because the Star Wars noise happened, so everybody assumes that it's their phone or their text messages or something. And
no, I'd crossed my arms or something, and set my jumper off.
Set the jumper off. So there you go. That's gonna hours of fun you can have with that now. I think that's set off in different directions. So this is the last part, a little bit of the day. We won't be on too long. It's been a long day. It's tying up loose ends. But if you've listened all the way through, the start of this was the panel reaction or the trailer reactions. So you would have heard that. I will have a listen back to it. Catherine, I don't think you have heard back. So people have heard this already. But how do you think it went down, as you recall it?
Like my reaction or the trailer itself?
Oh, your reaction in the trailer reaction, I think.
Well, I did expect to, be emotional, because when I've just been watching new trailers just at home by myself, I know I've sort of hyperventilated at times. So Josh got the full effect today, but it was even more impactful being in that room.
It was something special, wasn't it? And I don't think I fully appreciated it until the trailer. I don't know. I was weird because I was enjoying it, and there was all the hype up.
Yeah.
And we sort of spoke about how it was getting in. That it was a bit of a rush to get in, even though we were there about earlier, and they weren't really checking codes, and people probably could have come in. There was a couple of empty seats and stuff, and it was sort of getting into it, and it was definitely exciting. And they brought the actors out, and that was cool. And there was a lot of energy in the room that was really, really good. But when that trailer came in, it really just went it went to another level. It was really crazy. Yeah. The shouting and the cheering and the
and then at the end, when we heard the Palpatine laugh, the whole room crapped their dacks. Yeah.
And then Ian McDiarmid came and walked out, so we could see. We were basically looking side on to the stage, so we were actually quite close to the stage. We were side on, but we were kind of looking at the side of people's faces. But it didn't really matter. We had a really good look.
Yeah, we could see everyone before they came on.
Yeah, for sure. And then we were obviously looking at the screen, and then I saw movement. I'm like, well, who's that coming out? And then they sort of brought it. I'm like, you can hear it on the thing. So it was. It was quite an experience, and it's just weird because then they kind of play the trailer again, and I couldn't remember from panels whether they come out and they'd say anything, but they're just like, "No, that's it. Yeah, we're done. You can walk away now. Thank you."
But yeah, it was pretty amazing, and Ian McDiarmid's just standing there, loving it.
Yeah,
loving it, and then
roll it again or play
it
again.
Yeah.
That was really cool. So, yeah, we were definitely buzzing from that. We and then we went back into the arena and things, and sort of cruised around and.
Yeah. So, at some point, I lost feeling in my legs. I thought I was going to faint right there.
At least the trailer was over. By the time it happened, you didn't sort of miss half of it.
So it was at that point. It really hit me how amazing it was, and then us walking.
Just how lucky we were to be in there as well.
It's amazing.
Because I was kind of going, this is really cool, but yeah, it feels like. And Eric had sort of said, for a lot of time you're watching the screen anyway, and we were kind of watching the screen. It was cool to watch them watch out, but yeah, you kind of appreciated just how lucky we were, and I just felt like the fact that there were a few empty seats at the top, and there was a whole bay of empty seats next to us to the right because it was sort of on the far left, and I'm going, people easily could have sat there. They wouldn't have been able to see as well, but they would have taken it to be in there.
Yeah, and I don't know, like, we say, oh, we sort of rushed at the end, whatever, but I wouldn't have wanted to get there much later because sort of after us, we would have struggled to get
Well, we're
seats
lucky because we
together.
got in, we got a seats all together, and we got a
Yeah.
good spot, and Hawes and Johnny Grasser and Jesse and some other people, King Tom were there, and they were actually right behind us in the bay because they're in the disabled bay with Hawes because he's in his wheelchair and stuff. So it was like, oh, great. Well, we went and talked to them, and then saw them got the hype before as well, and it was great. It was great. You never forget it. It's so then we kind of went back to the thing and went to the Star Wars Phantom Menace 20th anniversary music panel with David Collins, and I'd used my reserve fast pass, so I got in and I sort of was walking up and I saw Eric in the line, and I just stopped to talk to him, and he was just like, "Oh, just come with us." And I gave him my episode 9 beanie. So I think he was like, "Yeah, just come to me." So I got in quite, I was near the front, and then I had the code, so I got to jump ahead of everybody else, including those guys who just let me in. I said bye, and so I was actually quite close. I was sort of 4 or 5 rows from the front, so I had a great spot, and that was great. David Collins is going into all the music and Phantom Menace, which was great. Although I did have a moment where I was like, "Oh, I'm sitting down. It's kind of soothing piano. There's nice music," and I almost felt myself nodding off for a second.
Yeah, after the excitement and the emotion of the morning, definitely there was a point that afternoon where I crashed, and it was that sort of big emotionally draining day. I guess
Thursday felt more tiring. This one felt more intense.
Yeah, that's
and
the
it
word
was
for
it was definitely there was definitely more. It felt like there were more people. There were definitely more people, but it was more spread out because people were doing panels. There was definitely way more costumes, some amazing costumes. It felt like it was really bustling. Like it was kind of like yesterday was at all a letdown, but it was more just like, oh, we're just looking at shops and we're talking amongst our friends. Yeah. And this was really like, no, you're in the middle of something that's happening, and there's stuff happening, and there's things. And every time it's like, oh, all the 501st troopers are walking past, and they're doing something, and this fan club's doing this, and then these people are doing stuff, and it really felt like, oh, I totally get it now. It's like a real. Like I actually ran into people who listened to the show. Like I met a couple of people who knew the show and knew me, which absolutely put my hair back. And I had Trevor Beastie, a listening mate. We caught up and had a chit chat and stuff. Awesome. And he was there, and so it was really good to see him. And I'd just given away my last 2 beanies to Molly and Alex from Star Wars Explained. So he'll be getting one tomorrow. I'm taking the last one. So the beanies are a little bit web famous now.
Hot cakes, yes. We were standing in the crowd for the Star Wars show for JJ and Kelly Marie Tran,
John Boyega,
and Anthony Daniels.
And we were kind of standing. They were kind of facing. We saw the back of their heads, but they had screens all the way around. It was really well set up. We were just sort of standing behind them. But as they came down the thing, they were turning and waving. You could see heaps of them and stuff. But then they've got the feed. And then just over John Boyega or J.J. Abrams' head is a couple of little red beanies that were sticking up. And I actually was looking, and then once or twice I saw my head, I kind of jumped up and down a little bit.
I tried, but I'm quite short.
Yeah, so if you do go back and want to watch the Star Wars show feed and John Boyega and J.J. and Kelly Marie Tran interviews, you'll see the tops of our heads on there, which was quite cool. So, a couple of people on Twitter said, "Oh, we think we saw you there." It's like, yes, that was great. Actually, that was a great bonus because we were lucky to do the interviews in the room, but then we were actually even closer there, and it was a completely different vibe as well. It was
it was
post trailer happiness.
A bit more loosey goosey in some ways, like Anthony Daniels and Anthony from the Star Wars show. It was just
they got like a little bromance kind of going on. Anthony Daniels is just he's the self-proclaimed Prince of Clown, not Clown Prince, but Prince of Celebration, just playing up to the crowd and things, and he was loving it. I think it's like his Christmas, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. He loved it. Went completely off book, and Anthony from Star Wars show was just loving it. Like,
I mean, the highlight trailer aside was the Kelly Marie Tran standing ovation in the panel room. And then at the Star Wars show as well, they just absolutely got on their feet and cheered for her, and her reaction was just fantastic. It was really, really great.
Just the love in the room of everyone there going, "No, we love you, Kelly. Ignore the hate.
Yeah.
You're
And it was interesting because
fantastic.
they brought her out with J.J. Abrams as
Yeah.
well. And I think they'd purposely sort of said, we will shelter you a little bit just in case.
Yeah.
Because, we can't predict, but we can be smart about it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, everyone went, yay, J.J., but it was like Kelly Marie Tran.
Yeah.
That's where it's at.
Yeah. And on the panel, you probably can see it on the live stream when the love there, when the Kelly chant started and everyone really massively cheered, she cried. You could see she had tears on her cheeks.
And there's someone who can smell their own, who likes to get emotional every now and then, Catherine. It was...
I might be tearing up as we speak.
So that was great. That was a really great moment. So good day. I got a Luke Archives series figure, which is pretty common. You can get them pretty much in Australia, but I got it for half of what I pay in Australia. So I wanted one. So I was like, yep, I'll get that for $20. I didn't buy anything else. I saw these really cute little stuffed animals that fold into little kids' hoodies. But my daughter gets very particular about what she wears sometimes, and I'm not spending $50 on a hoodie that she might not never wear. I'm like, wear it. She's like, no, I don't want to wear it. There's no ponies on it. There's no Frozen on it.
So I'm very happy with my purchase, which was a Krennic, a Disney Store Krennic. So it's actually got a great molded face, like really, really sweet. 25, so I don't know if that's a bargain or not.
If it's good for you, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
And and we sort of left. We left reasonably late in the day, and then went out for our first deep dish pizza with the Bad Motivators and Emily Lind and a couple of the other crew, which was great. And it was really nice having just a lovely dinner with everybody.
Yeah.
And then they had all these screens and with all the sport on, and they were covering the Star Wars, because the trailer dropped. And there was an interview with Kelly Marie Tran, and there's our buddy Steele Saunders' head in the corner of the news feed going out while we're having dinner, going, God, that bloke's everywhere. And then apparently he was also they used the same interview for the Channel 9 news as well. So yeah, he can't help himself, that bloke. But tomorrow we're not going to Galaxy's Edge. I know you were kind of you're keen to go down and see maybe you can get in, but you're not too fussed.
Honestly, I'm not fussed because it's going to be a big day with Steele's live show
in the evening.
Yep. I'm not that fussed.
Rest and recharge.
Yeah.
I
might lie around here and watch the live stream, to be honest.
Yep. I think I'll try and have a bit of a lie-in, maybe go out for breakfast and sort of make my way down late morning, lunchtime, and that's still plenty of hours in the day to do stuff. Maybe check a few panels, but I'm not too. It's a good day to take a breath because we've done 2. We've still got 3 days to go.
Yeah.
So it's only going to be Saturday tomorrow, and Saturday night's going to be big. So it's going to be big, and we're going to have to bounce back pretty quick because we've got Mandalorian on Sunday morning.
And I'm looking forward to Mandalorian. I think it should be an interesting panel.
Well, I mean, keep the hype train going. I mean, that trailer. I mean, everyone's just talking episode 9 now, obviously, but there's a lot to look forward to. So I think we'll log off here. We're going to finish our cups of tea, and then we'll probably turn in. So thanks for being on again.
Thanks,
as always.
Josh.
And we'll see you soon.
Thank you.